So moving on to the general situation and number of cases that we have. We have new confirmed cases reported for today as 795 new confirmed cases, of which the majority, and I mean majority, 759 out of 795. 759 cases are from active case finding. The cumulative number since last year were well over 20,000, as mentioned yesterday. The cumulative recoveries discharged, 14,000. Out of the 21,000 plus confirmed cumulative cases, we have quite a number in currently in hospital, and some in field hospitals. The number of new recoveries we have for today is 784. So actually the recovery number is quite high compared to the new confirmed case numbers in the 700s, in the high 700s. No new fatalities, happy to report. So cumulative is 79 fatalities so far. Just some observations from the data presented by Dr. Tuvisin. Out of the daily cases that we recorded, 24 cases were detected in hospitals and healthcare facilities. And of these 24, 4 were in Bangkok, 18 were in Samut Sakhon. In the one in Bangkok, actually there was a young patient, only 3 years old, who was found to be positive. In Samut Sakhon, these 18 cases from the healthcare facilities. 11 are Myanmar nationals and 7 are Thai nationals. Of the 700 plus cases of active finding, 759 cases of active case finding today, all are from Samut Sakhon province. As you can see, the health authorities continue to find new cases of COVID in Samut Sakhon, and they continue to emphasize the stringent disease control measures under the strategy called sealed and bubble to contain and isolate the confirmed cases. And at the same time, those who are at risk of contracting the virus or who exhibit mild symptoms are encouraged to undergo the quarantines. And as we mentioned before, there are now such things as factory quarantines, or to quarantine themselves at home according to the recommendation until it is certain that they do not pose a risk to society. So just in summary, around 99% of new cases today were found in Samut Sakhon, and will continue to perform the active case finding missions. Lastly, the 12 cases today are from overseas and are in the state quarantine system of those traveling back from overseas. We have 12 from there. I'd just like to reassure you that the Health Ministry continues to monitor and advise various business establishments to maintain stringent disease control measures. With regard to public transportation, the ministry recommended the regular cleaning of surfaces every 1 to 2 hours as appropriate, depending on the frequency of use. Now, these modes of transportation, whether it be taxis, buses, sky trains, or ferries, and all passengers on these modes of transportation must wear masks at all times and keep conversations during their transport to a minimum. And those who have been in contact with confirmed cases and those who are at high risk of contracting the virus should strictly quarantine themselves for 14 days and refrain from using public transportation. On family cluster, recently a large number of new cases have come from transmissions within the family, and I've showed you some slides about that before, about within families and colleagues in the office. So the Health Ministry expressed concern on that risk of having shared meals in the households, as there is an increased risk through asymptomatic persons and conversations with the family, sharing of utensils during family meals. So it's recommended that you remain vigilant by wearing masks, keeping distance of 1 meter, frequently cleaning hands, avoiding crowded areas, and using your own utensils when you're at home during dining. Just some relief measures to inform you about that the government approved additional relief measures. As you know, on every Tuesday we have a cabinet meeting, and approving the relief measures to assist people and businesses. Just as some examples, land and building tax to be reduced 90% for the 2021 fiscal year. Property transaction fees to be waived from 2% to a lower percent, and mortgage registration fee lower as well. Approving the extension of the deadline for online filing of personal income tax from March 31st to June the 30th. Also, the reduction of employees' monthly contributions to the Social Security Fund in terms of the percentage of reduction down to 0.5% for February and March. And in addition, 1 year operating fee waiver granted to spa businesses and massage services for healthcare. This indeed reflects the government's policy in balancing the measures to protect the people's way of living, the economic livelihood, and to protect as well. It's a difficult balancing act that has to be pursued by many governments worldwide. So just some additional points as we start to continue to relax our measures around the country. Please continue to keep your guard up. Do not let your guard down. Just to urge everyone to remain vigilant and mindful on our common mission to fight COVID. On DMHTT, as you know, of course, that's something that we would now know by heart. There's another infographic there up on screen for you. Just some bit of good news to end. Thailand has been ranked quite highly in terms of our efforts in the past year, since last year. Now, one recent one, which I mentioned, and then I'll recap here again, is that we're recognized for a strong public health system. And of course, it is as strong as the contribution of the people in our society. So last month, we were ranked number 4 in the Lowy Institute ranking, Lowy Institute of Australia, 4th place among 98 countries. When considering the effectiveness of the prevention and control measures, this is evidence of a whole of society approach, which we must continue, carry forward in February and in the months ahead. It's a successful approach in combating the virus. It reflects the cooperation between business, government, and society. So the top countries in this list are, for example, from the top, number 1, New Zealand, and then number 2, Vietnam, and then 3rd, Taipei, 4th, Thailand, 5th, Cyprus, 6th, Rwanda, 7th, Iceland, 8th, Australia, 9, Latvia, and 10, Sri Lanka. Another good news is about the Nelson Mandela Award for Health Promotion. Last month, the Executive Board, or EB, of the World Health Organization, after considering the report of the selection panel, decided to award the Nelson Mandela Award for Health Promotion for 2021 to the Thai Health Promotion Foundation, or Thai Health for short, for its significant contribution to health promotion. This is, of course, a feather in the cap of all Thai people, of the country itself, those who have worked tirelessly to dedicate themselves in protecting the society. So please continue to keep your guard up so that efforts and hard work will continue. Lastly, just to inform you that today is Thai Veterans Day. The 4th of February is Thai Veterans Day. So the Veterans Foundation actually is quite old in Thailand. It was founded in around 1969, and from time to time, every year during Veterans Day, they would produce handicrafts, cloth bags, and cloth poppy flowers, like the one you see here on my shirt. And they'll sell this for a very low price just to raise funds to support the veterans in Thailand. So just to invite all of you to buy these poppies this week, this artificial flower poppy this week on this occasion of Thai Veterans Day, to support the families of brave veterans and soldiers in Thailand who have lost their lives or become disabled. This is a reflection of the compassion, of the care that we continue to have in Thai society, even in the midst of COVID, even in the midst of all these daunting challenges. So thank you very much for your attention today. This is all I have. Have a very good and safe Wednesday, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you, and สวัสดีครับ
ขอบพระคุณครับท่านณัฐพานุ นพคุณรองอธิบดีกรมสารนิเทศและรองโฆษกกระทรวงการต่างประเทศนะครับรายการในช่วงบ่ายที่ทำเนียบรัฐบาลคุณผู้ชมสามารถติดตามรับชมได้ครับเป็นเรื่องผลกระทบที่เกี่ยวข้องกับการท่องเที่ยวเราได้เชิญทางผู้ว่าการท่องเที่ยวแห่งประเทศไทยและส่วนที่เกี่ยวข้องกับการท่องเที่ยวเส้นสายการบินและเจ้าของโรงแรมมาพูดคุยกันนะครับเพื่อหาจุดร่วมกันในการฟื้นฟูการท่องเที่ยวในอนาคตครับนี่คือทั้งหมดของการแถลงข่าวนะครับคุณผู้ชมกลับมารับชมกันได้ทุกวันเวลา 11:30 น.วันนี้ผมธีวัชชูรัตน์พร้อมทีมงานทุกคนต้องลาไว้ก่อนสำหรับวันนี้สวัสดีครับ